Rudy back. Happy Friday. Walking miracle. Well done. Well played. Thank you for pinning that, Walking Miracle. Little snack before we get going. Autumn's Toys. Gotta give it a sub. Uh-oh. Here it is. Bringing it on down. Bringing it on down. Bring it on down to Funky Town. Boom, just like that. Happy Friday! What's up, everybody? Oh yeah, I dropped a little something on the floor, food. Had to pick it up. Sometimes it'll hit and just run on the hardwood floors, and you don't know where it's gonna go. What's up, Randy C? What's up, Zach Bonifer? Angus Maximus! What's up, brother? How are you now? Miss Jessie Star in the house. Hello, friend. Walking Miracle already said hello, too. Hopefully, Liz Misty's feeling better. I didn't hear from her today. What's up, Funko Addict Tech? Look, Funko Addict Tech, we got a little something here. Tech sent me a package. I got something for him. He got something for me. VeeFriends. We're gonna open that tonight. What's up, Tarjay and Puma? How are you now? Hope you had a great week. I was just thinking about you, Tarjay and Puma. I've been watching a bunch more breaks this week, of course. And some of the cats have been coming up, but I don't know where you're at in your collecting now, so I didn't know if I should be going for anything. Still have an hour left of Banana Ball. Oh, man, another Banana Ball game? Or wait, live, or are you watching on television? Hey, Chuck, what's up? Yeah, those Banana Ball games are a blast. That is such a fun outing at a reasonable price, too, if you get the face value tickets, which basically really the only way to go. Yeah, that's a great outing. If anybody has not been to a game, I highly recommend. So what's happening? What's new with everybody? No spoilers. I saw it. I won't be spoiling it, but did you get out to see Spider-Man Brand New Day? Did you contribute to the $1 billion opening weekend? Heck yeah, it did, Tech. You did a great job. Can't wait. Tech warned me that this has got some layers to it, so I can't wait to open it and see how crazy he got with the packaging. Speaking of shipping, I still did not get prizes out, but I've allocated some time for that tomorrow. What's up, Savage? How are you now? Walking Miracle says Spider-Man was good in all caps. I agree. I really enjoyed it. We had plans to go see it last Saturday. I think I told you last Friday night. And Kelly was sick on Saturday. Ended up being like a 24-hour bug, essentially. But I'd already bought tickets. And she decided, she's like, no, you go. And I don't like going to the movies by myself, but I did not want this movie spoiled. So I went and I saw it, and I loved it. I had just rewatched No Way Home, and every time I watch that one, it gets better. I think I've seen it 4 times now. Love that movie, and this was just a great continuation of that, and right in the feels. Just right in the feels. What's up, Shep? How are you now? Shep's been a busy man, I'm sure. Our VeeFriends, I get deeper and deeper every week. I was there for the lives on Whatnot this week. I learned more about the NFTs. I almost bought my first book games, and then had some problems getting the processing to go through. I'm going to pick up on that this weekend. I think I am going to acquire 1 or 2 of those. Yeah, y'all been very busy. Comics are coming back. For those of you who collect any of the VeeFriends comics, I know there's just a few of us for right now. I almost spilled the water. But I think more of you will get into it soon. Savage said, agreed, so good, thwip. Have they really made use of... I know it's supposed to be a sound, but have they implied or said thwip in any of the live-action movies? You're going to be in a room for a stream, too? Or for the comic stream? Dope. When's your on-camera debut, Shep? They need to get you in front of a camera, man. You want to see it in IMAX? I think it would be worth it, Angus Maximus. I saw it on a large screen, but it was an IMAX. I have heard that even the 3D on this one's good, and I don't normally mess with the 3D. I feel like it's kind of a waste, but... Yo, Valor and Vellum in the house! Or wait, did somebody just shout her out? Either way. Misty. Hey, Misty's here. Misty, how you feeling? I hope you're doing well. I didn't see if Priscilla is actually here. Oh, she is here. No, wait. She's subscribed to Tier 1. I think she is here. We can celebrate now. They have not and should. Right, Savage? Agreed. There she is. What's up, Valor and Vellum? All right, we got another Valor and Vellum prize pack tonight in the box game, so never fear. We did give away one last week. Misty, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Kelly has been off and on sick for like 2 months now and can't seem to fully shake it. She has been 5 days, so let's hope it holds. But yeah, I hope you're feeling better. I know Linder was also ill. I think she was feeling better last weekend, but who knows if she got a second wave of it too. You know, some of it just doesn't want to let go. It's crazy. We have a shout. Was that an official shout out, or was that... No, that was just an exclamation SO. Who did that one? Thank you for doing the shout out. Was that... that was Misty. Thank you, Misty. Appreciate that. Y'all keep on me if it's... if I need to do an actual shout out. For some reason, I don't get these notifications on screen anymore. Smart to stagger the IMAX release. Well, they couldn't put it in IMAX because of the Odyssey. So they have their own thing now that's supposed to be the competitor for the IMAX. I forget what it's called. That I know they're going to do for Doomsday. But for this, I don't think that started yet. For a brand new day. Yeah, it's interesting. Odyssey had it wrapped up and still is selling out showtimes. I saw an article on it the other day, and apparently in New York, all the IMAX screenings of Odyssey are still sold out, and people are paying... Somebody paid over $1,000 a ticket for premium seating at an IMAX. No, you could just wait. I'd like to try 4DX for Brand New Day. I mean, I think when it comes to the Marvel movies, there's probably... Or Christopher Nolan, there's usually no better opportunity to check out the premium formats. Hey, there's Chucky with the super duper shout out. Shout out to the sun. It will come up tomorrow. Look forward to how you shout out the sun. All right, Chuck, it's on. Here comes the sun. As closest as you're getting to me singing. We'll go. I like the green post-it for that. 1,000 ? Nope. Wait, what? Huh? What's the 1,000? I missed that part. Oh, for the tickets for Odyssey. Duh. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I had already moved on to shout out brain, and I totally missed my own comment there. Forgot about my own comment. Yeah, that's insane. You could just wait. But then again, if you are truly wealthy, I know a few of these people in the world. If you are truly wealthy, $1,000 to go sit in premium seats and see a movie when you want to see it may not be that big of a deal. For me, no way in hell. I didn't even want to spend the $23 or whatever it was for the local IMAX at normal cover price. Things have gotten out of hand, and I'm getting more and more like the angry old man who will go somewhere. Did I tell you guys a story about me and the pizza place? and how I dropped the F-bomb? Did I tell the story or not? Like, I expect y'all to remember all the stories I tell. We went to Round Table Pizza. Local place. It's a chain. And this was a month or two ago. And we went in and we ordered 2 large pizzas because we knew it was me, Macy, and Kelly. We knew we'd have leftovers for future days. And that's cool. If we have leftovers, that saves a little money, right? So we ordered 2 large pizzas, salad. Wasn't just a salad, it was like a salad bar, so you could refill it multiple times. So I guess a salad buffet, but no one calls it that. And 2 sodas. What was the price? Go. Tell me the price. Don't play a game. Like, what would you expect? Don't try to inflate it. Just what would you expect the price to be? Drop that in the chat. I want to hear what you think. See, Angus, $42 is what I'm like $40-$50. And I think that would be fair in most places. You got to remember, I didn't say this in the beginning, where I live is near Seattle, and everything here is expensive. $29.99, Zach Bonner, that would have been a dream. I would have happily paid that. No, the total was $78. I think Misty said 80. She was real close. I didn't look at the pricing, which I normally do, but we were in kind of a hurry. I ordered all. The guy looks me dead in the eyes. He goes, $78. I go, literally, and earmuff it for me, kids. I go, me, out loud. And he just looks at me, and like, no, he didn't even look shocked. That was the wrong reaction. He looked at me like, because like, I get it. I said that out loud, and I paid him, and I should have walked away. I thought about it, Angus, but we were in a hurry. We had to eat. We were already there. We had to be somewhere else after. We went to the table, and I sat there, and I thought, that wasn't very nice to the kid behind the counter. And we needed a to-go box, so I walked up there, and I literally walked up there, and I go, I'm sorry about before. My inner thoughts came out. That wasn't directed at you. And he looked around, and he goes, man, I get it. That's too much money for pizza. Gave me the box. We were good. I felt bad that I put that on him. I should not have done that. That was not very positive of me. But all is well. I was just so caught off guard. But I'm getting more and more that way now, where I go somewhere and they'll tell me the price, and I'm just like, I want to walk out. I want to leave. I want to go home and eat peanut butter and jelly. I'm not going to do it. On the flip side, interesting little hack. Forget it, Angus. I can't afford that. No way. On the flip side, very interesting. I got a email the other day, and I meant to share this on Twitter, and I forgot, so sorry, but I bet it comes up again for everybody. We have Fred Meyer here locally. I have the Fred Meyer app and the email, and when we go in, you have to play their stupid-ass games where you got to scan barcodes to get the digital coupon to save any money, and half the time those don't even work. You got to keep on top of them. Nadu6, 67 months in Tier 2. Thank you, Nadu6. Anyway, you got to keep on top of them for that stuff, but I got an email that said, hey, try grocery delivery for $30 off. And I thought, $30 off of what? So I opened the email. It was $30 off of $75 or more. I'm no mathematician, but that's somewhere in the neighborhood of what, 40%? Little over 40%? I was like, okay, let's do this. So I open up the app, I go in, I start adding things, got a couple pounds of meat, got some creamer, got some fresh fruit, started adding all to the cart, and the $30 wasn't showing up, and I was like, wait a minute. Once I get to the 75, it'll kick in. Sure enough, it did. I literally got $87 of groceries delivered to the house for $35. Or what I like to call 5 year ago prices. So if you got the Fred Meyer app, if you got the, maybe, I don't know if other places do that, keep an eye on it. And if you haven't taken advantage of and it was free delivery. I didn't say that. Keep an eye on it. That's a great grocery hack. Because they're trying to onboard people to see how easy the grocery delivery was. And it was pretty easy. But I just wanted the savings. Tex said I bought a 0.25 quarter juice today for $1.25. Take me back to 99. Yeah, right? Same. Yeah, man, at the beginning of COVID, things like right before COVID started and right in that like first month or two, things were still the prices they had been for a long time. And then because of the supply chain and all these reasons, legitimate reasons, prices needed to go up temporarily, is what everybody kept saying. no temporary of it at all. Everything has been overpriced and crazy for years, and these companies have just been like, let's leave it the way it is. And then they're like, McDonald's like, but why are we losing money? And so are the other places. I'm like, because we don't want to buy your overpriced stuff. We'll make a PB&J at home. Oh man, 5 years ago. Let's go to like the 1994 gas prices. I remember when I was in college watching it go over $1 for the first time. I saw on the board, I'm like, they got to go to 3 digits now. If we're not careful, we're going to be at 4 digits. Oh, Taco Bell is out of control. When I was in high school, it was 39-cent tacos, then they went to 59, then they went to 79, and then somewhere along the way, they went to $4.29 a piece. For a taco? Pfft, get out of here. Just get out of here. I don't eat there anymore. There's a lot of places I don't eat. The best value, hands down, period, end of discussion. Domino's, $6.99 for a one-topping large carry-out. I go every Friday. I get my lunch on Friday, delicious pizza. Then a couple days later, or the next day, I get to have that as leftovers. That's 2 meals for $7 and change. Domino's is winning, and they know it, and they're banking because of it. I go with straight pepperoni, Falconer. If they ever have sometimes they have the multiple toppings. I don't remember what the limit is. Carry out for $9.99, and I'll do that, and I'll get pepperoni, Italian sausage, and jalapeno, light jalapeno. I love it. It's a quality pizza. What did you have on the pizza? Caviar and gold leaf, right? For the $78 pizzas, yeah. Plus, waiters want 20% tip minimum, but 30% ideally. I remember when 18% was great for service. Yeah, I'm a 20% guy, and I'm sorry to the world. That 20% has grown. It's more money now than it was. It's still good tip, no matter where you go. Even Applebee's, which is the best value for a sit-down meal. Maybe not the best tasting everywhere you go, but best value. Even Applebee's. 3 people, that's going to be minimum $60, 20% tip, $12. $12 for basically 1 hour of service at one table, but they usually carry 4 tables. So let's round that to about $50 an hour. And it's tip money, which is now not taxed up to $25,000. That person is making the equivalent of $85,000 a year-ish before taxes. But again, no taxes on the first 25. So like, come on. I mean, they're doing pretty good. They don't need to be 30%. Chucky said, we have toll roads here. The tolls were to pay for the building the roads back in the day. Roads been done built. Toll's still here. Yeah, they do that in Houston with Beltway 8. I live right next to a bridge, and the bridge is free going into the city we live in. It's $6.50 to leave the city, unless you have the little pass, and then it's $4.50, which is ridiculous. So every time somebody's like, hey, let's go to blah, 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 I'm like, well, we're starting at a $5. We're already $5 in the hole if we go do that. Funko Photo Lady, what's happening? Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming by. I saw Ghost Cat Joypad in the house. Thank you, Ghost Cat. Text said, I miss OG Pizza Huts with the red roof, open salad bar, red cups. You know, they're rebuilding. They're building some of those now to capitalize on that nostalgia. I read about that as well. And a guy went and sat down. I read this whole like Reddit thread about it. And they gave him a menu, and the menu did not have pricing on it. And he was like, what's up with that? And the person who was a little over sherry basically said, we have variable pricing. So if you come in on a Tuesday afternoon, that pizza might cost you $18.99. You come in on a Saturday evening, that pizza might cost you $24.99. You can go straight to hell with that too. Okay, speaking of these things, like, we're supposed to keep things positive here, but I also want to educate everybody. So forgive me if we've gone down a dark path with this. I saw an interview with, who's the guy that does The Daily Show? Jon Stewart. An interview with Jon Stewart, and it was about a guy who had read all these books and stories He was talking about how they're using AI, and one of the ways they're using AI, and I do not agree with this at all, is they started it with Uber, and they found out that if you're an Uber driver, they can serve up a ride to you, and you have, I think it's like 20 seconds to accept it. So you're out driving, doing your thing. Another ride shows up on the deal. You got 20 seconds to make a decision on whether or not you want to go or not, right? Or to choose the ride. And if you choose that offer, then the next time the same ride, they'll go down a little bit, and they'll go down a little bit, and they'll go down a little bit on all your future rides until you finally start saying no to some, and they realize they've hit your floor, what you're accepting. So you might get $9 for taking somebody for 30 minutes, and the other guy might get $15. And they've been using that to set the floor on it, which is just despicable. It's horrible. They're starting to do the same thing with nurses. And this is even worse by a long shot. For traveling nurses, they usually get paid pretty well to go to another city and stay there to fill in gaps or whatever for weeks or months at a time. Now they are running the credit reports of potential nurses and catering the offer to the individual based on how much they owe. Like if they have $30,000 in credit card debt, they will offer them lower money because they know they're desperate. Not cool, man. It just pushes somebody down further. It's absolutely despicable. It makes me ill to think that these companies are doing that. Now, it's not all companies, but it's despicable enough. Diabolical, gross, those are proper words. It's absolutely up to us if we end up in positions where we can give feedback to let companies know this is not okay. Because what happens is a company that does that, they're going to make their money now. They may be profitable. They may, stock may do well, but that's not sustainable. As soon as people find out about it, then you're forever, as a company, going to have a bad aura about your company. It's not going to work long term. I just can't believe that somebody on a yacht somewhere, eating a steak dinner, driving a Ferrari, is like, cool. I made this because I got this because I made money off the backs of hardworking Americans who can't do anything to fight me. And companies will listen if the pushback is loud and sustained enough. The main thing is the education, right? That's why I bring it up. Not to just be like, the world, but to educate, because there's so many times we don't know about this stuff. And it's completely possible that this stuff is fabricated, so it would be better if we all educate ourselves and know for sure. I wouldn't put it past some people to, about the Uber story. What if Lyft's marketing team and or executives were like, let's put out some bad mojo about Uber and let that spread on the internet. We won't post it. We'll have somebody else do it. And then, that'll be good for us. Tech said, that's crazy tactics. Sounds like a movie plot. I know this can't end well. Exactly, man. Exactly. Our whole existence is a bad movie plot these days. All these companies doing horrible things to make a buck. It's just absolutely crazy. There was a great series with Michael Keaton on, I think it was on Hulu, and it was about the what do you call it, like the pain med epidemic of the 90s and 2000s. Opiate, and how he as a doctor was convinced to prescribe it to people, and he himself got hooked on it, but just the numbers behind that and how the company rose to be worth so much because of what they did, just absolutely despicable. Sorry to bring things down. Let's get back to happy times. Chucky said, how fun would it be if a waitress said the price is based on how funny I think... Wait, it jumped on me. Oh, come on. Right in the middle of a comment. The price is based on how funny I think you are. Tell me a joke. There was a dope sick. That's it. Good job, Linder. Hey, Linder, hope you're feeling better. I'd mentioned your name earlier, but I didn't see you. So we were talking about Misty said she's still not feeling... She got sick again, essentially. We hope you're doing well. Yeah, it was a good show. There was an episode of Cheers years ago with Rhea Perlman, Danny DeVito's wife, and a guy walked into the bar and he put $3 down, and he goes, "This is your tip. If you do a good job, and you'll get the $3, but every time you mess up, I'm going to take $1." And she just immediately turned the pitcher of beer right on his head, gave him the $3 back, and walked away. Like, brilliant. That's what we need to do to this surge pricing and other BS. Oh, that was another thing I learned. Uber drivers don't, if there's surge pricing, they don't get paid the surge pricing. They still get the flat rate that they would have made if you paid normal price. I was peeling chilies with gloves. I'm a little better, thank you. Wait, did the chilies help with you feeling better? Or was that a phrase? I don't know. Hey, Avalian, what's happening? I hope you both feel better. Talking to Misty and Linder. Can't have two of my favorite people sick for too long. I agree. I kept you both in my prayers all week, because that's just a garbage scenario to have COVID or not feel good, especially right after a con. It's tough enough to recover, like energy-wise. I'm finally kind of back to normal. All right, I was working on this shout-out while we were chatting, while I was complaining about the world. Shout out to the sun. Happy sun. There we go. Thank you. Forgot who purchased that, but thank you. Nadu said we were in the FOMO era and now we're in the flipper era. I wonder what the next insert F word era will be. I think it held F word. Making birria tacos. Need those dried chilies, but my hands are dainty. Oh, got you. Okay. I thought maybe it was related to you feeling better. Like that was hey, you just gotta cut some chilies and then you'll feel way better. I didn't know. I don't know. Could be one of those home remedies. Maybe it could be related. We don't even know. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let's jump into some fun stuff. We can still talk about whatever. Hey, Nachi, happy Friday. How are you now? Good and you, not so bad. First thing I got right here, a couple weeks ago, me and Tech were looking at a card that came up on one of the VeeFriends deals. He snatched one up one day, and then the next day, another card, same card, came up, and I didn't realize I was bidding. He was bidding for me at the same time, and I think I may have ran up the bids on my own card. Which, like cutting onions, that's what I was thinking. So I don't know if I caused any problems or not, but Tech very sweetly was able to score this card for me while I was at SDCC scoring him something. Worked out real great. He sent me the card and he said he did like extra great shipping. Sorry, I took the label off, but very proud of you, Tech. We've got a nice layer of the brown paper. Brown paper is always good, and look at this. This is how you do it, kids. You make a box. Or get a box that's at least 2 or 3 times the size of the object, allowing lots of room on all the sides. Brown paper top and bottom. We got bubble wrap. I need to do a YouTube video on how to pack crap, because so many people can't. Oh, it's a bubble wrap bag with one of the card shields. Love those things. It's actually 2 of them with the card in the middle. Love that. Thank you, Tech, for being so sweet and wrapping that so nicely. It was a nice little battle. Good strategy. Nobody will see it coming when you're outbidding yourself, right? Oh, Nadu, I owe you a response. I'm sorry. I had the busiest week of work this week. Lots of stuff going on, and every time I would get kind of caught up on my list of to-dos, my bosses would be like, hey, we have another project we need you to work on, which I'm not complaining. I'm very happy to have a paycheck, and I'm very happy to have work to fill the day. But it didn't allow much for other things. So I got to get caught up on emails and messages and whatever this weekend. Here is the card. Just from a distance, you can see the sparkle in this. My character is the impossible in Astronet, or impeccable in Astronet. Turns out that Tech is also collecting them, and this is from the Sapphire edition. So it looks like the top's Chrome edition, but the Sapphire is going for like $700 a box. So the individual base cards are worth considerably more. This is not a base card. This is a, is this an orange to, yeah, to 25. There's only 25 of these in the world. And that is number 22 of 25. But look at that extra, because of it's a sapphire, that extra shimmer in the background. I absolutely love that. That is a beautiful card. Shep said I have the same card with the Gentle Giant. I know you like your Gentle Giant. That's your actual profile pic on a lot of the platforms. It's not here, is it? I don't know what. Well, I can't see those here. I just see the badges. That's right. Yeah, it's a beautiful card. So thank you, Tech. Man, on a glance too, that looks very gradable. I have to share something else with you guys. I'm going to back the camera up just a little bit for this. Now that zoom in. I finally found a solution for my VeeFriends cards for storage. I wanted something I could easily jump in and out of. I don't like binders necessarily, except for presentation, because I do like to organize the cards and get to them easily. So I did a bunch of research, and I plan on continuing. I've got a ton of blasters and megas back here, and I just found a deal on some more megas at about retail price. So I might have 4 or 5 more on the way, which is great. Because I want to continue to open these for a while. But I wanted something large to keep the whole collection in there. This has a nice exterior and a cool magnetic flap that opens like this. Oh, turn this around. It's lined with like a felt. You can see that. Really nice. And inside, got my cards lined up from 1 to 200. And then over here, I've got everything that's in penny sleeves, and then the front I've got stuff that's in penny sleeves and top loaded. I can't, if I tilt it too far forward, stuff will start moving around a lot. But it's worked out really nice. I can easily get in here. I keep it on the top of this piece of furniture I have over here. So if I want to jump in and go to a card like, you know, like, oh, I need to find card number 50, I can jump to 50 real quick. If I want to jump to, somebody give me a number, I'll see how quick I can get to it. I saw a guy do this with his like huge baseball card collection one day, and I was very impressed. Fancy felt indeed. Somebody give me a number. Go. 77. Let's see how quick I can get to 77. 69. 73. 74. I have a bunch of duplicates of these. 76. 77. Right there. Boom. I could probably go quicker if I actually looked at it from the back side. I was looking at the front, just estimating where it might be. But I love this. So now I have them all organized. I do need to go through and pick out the ones I need to grade, but over on the right, I've got my penny sleeves, and then I've got my stack of beauties. These are all my signed Gary V at a 5 that I pulled on the stream a few weeks ago, and all my different, my rainbow of beautiful cards. I love it. It's just a great setup, and I think this whole thing was like $24 on Amazon. If you had multiple, you could easily stack them. You could put a label on the front of what's in there if you wanted to, but right now this is the only one I have, so. An organized ostrich. There you go, Tech. I'm trying. I had them all stacked on my desk, and then the debacle. Oh, I needed to put this one with the rest of them. I'm gonna put this on the back shelf for now. I do want to build out something to show off just my Nostra nets. You still can't see. I've got this whole area now has become VeeFriends. I've got my Pops. I've got my Masters of the Universe set by signed by Gary V that Shep helped us acquire for our fundraising. I've got my unopened boxes. I got my Mega Heads, and I'm going to add my Nostra over here with my number 1 Nostra. Which, while we're talking VeeFriends, and we'll talk about it for a while, comic books are coming back, and I noticed this will be the first time I get to take advantage of one of the perks. Now that I have a Series 2 NFT from their collection, which I paid about 100 and... What did I pay? 120, 130 for my Nostra Series 2 NFT. That means when the next comic book drops, and for future comic books, I think it's the 11th. I already set a reminder in my calendar. It goes on sale to the general public on the 12th. Yeah, I'd need to do that for sure, Shep. But on the 11th, Series 1 holders and Series 2 holders get to buy comics at a discount. And I believe retail, we'd have to look it up, but retail's somewhere in like $24 per blind bag comic or something like that. And I'll get them for $19. Plus, I get to buy before everybody else, which is nice. And for every NFT that I hold, I can buy 2 comics. So the day that it goes down, the 11th, I'll be able to buy 2 comics at a discount before everybody else, which is awesome. $18.99. Thank you, Shep. So that's, I'm not trying to tell everybody to run out and make a purchase, what I'm trying to say is, and there was a great video I didn't get to watch all the way this week about Gary talking with was it Jake Paul about NFTs, and I was reminded about something, and to be fair, I think we all forgot about it. In all the interviews that Gary's done, he's been talking about NFTs and how they're going to stick around. They're going to be a part of our Logan Paul. Thank you, Shep. I getting everything off by just that much, and Shep is here to fix it. I love it. Thank you, Shep. That was not facetious. I was being serious. But basically, he said everybody seems to forget. I told everyone that 99% of all the projects would go to zero, and he's right. There are a handful that are still performing, and they did some quick metrics in this video. Maybe Shep knows the number that would save me from getting it wrong in the first place. But he said, look up right now on OpenSea and see how much has sold. And I think in one day, there was $750,000 that changed hands in NFTs on OpenSea on a random day at a random lookup. There hadn't been anything specific that had caused that. There are still millions of dollars changing hands of NFTs. I ran into a guy at San Diego Comic-Con who I know got filthy rich during COVID by jumping into NFTs, and he said, "Oh man, I'm still banking." He said, "I'm still buying and selling." He goes, "It's still very active, but it's just for a tiny group of people out of this whole world." So while you'll see all the internet garbage of, oh, it's dead, it's old, it's out of here, the Funko NFTs have no value, they don't even know what they're talking about, you go, look, I still can't fill in those last 10 I need unless I'm willing to pay like $9 to $12 per NFT. And right now I'm willing to wait, but I still want to complete that set. And I think there is still a future for sure with VeeFriends, but possibly with Funko as well as part of that 1% of projects that will survive. VeeFriends is making it very attractive to be an owner because of some of these benefits that you get. So I'm just saying, if you believe in NFTs the way I do at all, investigate it. I have to eventually get my first VeeFriends NFT in Series 2, 1, and the third set, which you talking about book games? I recommend getting a book games. They just did a very interesting thing. They've been doing it, but I just learned about it. Every day, I think, they have a bounty thing that they do with the book games. Book game floor is about $125, $130 as of yesterday or day before. If you get a book games NFT and you hold it and they put up one of these bounties, one of the bounties the other day was a hobby box of VeeFriends. So one of these that retails at, it retailed originally at like $260, $275, and these sell on average for about $450 and up right now. Under $120, that's great. But if you participated in the bounty, you essentially said, hey, here is my NFT, my book games NFT. I'm going to turn that in as like a raffle ticket. They take in however many people are willing to do this, and then they pick one name, and that person gets the opportunity to buy a hobby box for $100. Or for I guess for the price of the NFT. So all the other people get their NFT back, but that person gets a box for next to nothing, for like a fraction of what it costs on the regular market. And they do these all the time. They're also doing, they call it Burn Island. They're doing comic books. At least they did. I don't know if they'll still do it again. Where you could turn in and burn your book game, and you would get a very limited comic book that comes out of the overall production. And I won't go into all the details now, but I find that fascinating as well. So they're doing a lot of fun stuff with the NFTs to keep us engaged. Most of the stuff for the Series 1 and 2 has nothing to do with burning. But when it comes to the book games, they are using that as an opportunity to do burning events. And of course, you guys all know about all that because we did all the Funko stuff, so you know exactly what burning an NFT is. There are a bunch of one-of-one Funko NFTs on Discord right now under the... it's whatever the folder name is. Under $120 for a one-of-one. I mean, depending on which one-of-one it is, there's some I would like to... I'd like to own at least one-of-one. VeeFriends Iconics. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, then book games must be a fourth one. So I learned something interesting. Let's take a moment to look at this real quick before we crack some packs. If we go to... Come on now, what are you doing? I've been having some problems with my graphics card lately, and I think it's because the PC is heating up too much. I've got a little thing keeping an eye on it right now, a little bar. The VeeFriends website is really good. They've done a great job with it. And you can, as an NFT holder, but also what I just learned is as a physical card holder, you visit often. Let me hide this just in case it shows any personal info. Pretty sure the way they do it is you put in your email and they send you a 6-digit code, which I like because I don't have to memorize passwords that I'm gonna. Oh, it's already got me logged in. I was in there yesterday. So in here, I can go into my collection and I can see my my NFT. That's my Series 2 Impeccable and Astronet that I bought. If I own multiple, they would show in there. TB420, what's up with the sub? 60 months in a row, thank you. Bubba James said, I haven't looked into it yet, just distracted, but I've been thinking of picking up a VeeFriend. Just not sure if I would be able to take full advantage of everything offered and such. Well, I mean, I think what you do is you definitely take advantage of what's offered. You keep on top of it. I'm going to talk about it more. Knowing that you would be into it, I could send you information as well. Shep could keep us in the loop. But you take advantage, and then if it's not something you necessarily want, there's plenty of people who will want it. So you can always make a couple bucks off of it. You don't even have to like gouge anybody because you just make your discount. What you saved, you can make that back on a little extra side profit. And Gary and them are not against flipping. It helps set the tone and the values. So there you go, Shep. And the whole team is really good about this. They do on Whatnot on Thursdays, they have Burn Island, and they share information. They do a lot of education, just like I did for Funko NFTs here on my Twitch channel. And one thing that I think is brilliant is if you're interested but you're a little unsure of how something works, you can go online, you can schedule one-on-one time with one of the experts, and they will log on with you in like a Zoom session and walk you through step-by-step what to do, which I think is a brilliant marketing tactic. I've been saying this since day one of the NFTs. Education is how you market. Plain and simple. And that's what VeeFriends is doing, and they're utilizing channels you wouldn't normally think of, like Whatnot. Yes, they do some giveaways. Yes, they tell you where to go buy something, but they're using it as a channel to educate you. Brilliant. Just brilliant. But anyway, what I was getting at is you can track your NFTs, but look at this. You can also track your physical collectibles. I didn't even realize this was here. I only put one card in. I have some feedback here, not to be that guy. But when I collect stuff, I always want a checklist, right? The way they've got this sorted is a little bit different. It takes some time to get used to it. But let's say I want to log my whole collection. Like let's log the card I just got. I'm going to put in my Impeccable in Astronet. I can go in here and I can sort down the left-hand side if I want to. But maybe I don't want to mess with all it. Maybe I just want to type in Astronet. And it's going to bring up, there goes Gary B. It's going to bring up the Impeccable and Astronet cards and let me choose step by step like new kids on it. Exactly. It was not taking this long yesterday. To be fair, there are a lot of Astronet cards. But yesterday they were coming right up, so maybe I just hit it at a bad time. Let's try specifically going for Topps Chrome. Oh, and I'm at 2026. There we go. Let's try this again. Let me try Impeccable. There we go. So now I can pick. Can I see the variants here? Yeah, there's the base. There's the Stellar Haze. But it doesn't look like they have the Sapphire in there yet, so I may have to wait on that. But you can, if you have a card, and I know I have this one, you can say add to collection, and then when you come back to your portfolio, I don't know how many backs I need to go. You can see the physical cards that you own. I have several comments on feedback on this. What I would love to see though is I want to see all of the Topps Chrome laid out on a page, kind of like Anbag's website. And so I can see which ones I'm missing. I think that would be really cool. What is it doing right now? Let me go to collection, physical. Yeah, I can see my two cards there real easy. But like I want to be able to see checklists, which I think would be really cool. Like show me the ones I have and the ones I'm missing. I made my own spreadsheet not knowing this existed. And it would be really nice to be able to quickly go through and note, hey, look, like, or maybe even add in batches and stuff. Like, here's the ones I have, got all these numbers, boom, shows up. It would be great if Sapphire was in there, stuff like that. It's not easy. I understand, like, when I worked at Funko, the guy who they hired that was in charge of the app, He worked his ass off because there was always, every day, some little thing was not right here or just needed to be changed there or blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Yeah, my own NFT checker layout. And honestly, there's probably a way using ChatGPT or Claude to utilize this information and build a checklist kind of the way I imagine. But I would rather do it through the official VeeFriends website. I could totally see in the future Gary and or the team, and this is a free hint to Shep and the team, to encourage people to use it and then do a surprise like, hey, we're going to go in. Maybe you could also build a wish list. We're going to go in and we're going to fulfill some wish lists. Or you could have cards you're missing, and they could have a tweet that says, let us know if you're missing like less than 10 cards. Let's help finish your collection off. And you could say, hey, well, here's my collection. I'm missing 10. And they could go through and pick a few winners and give them the cards they need. Fun stuff like that. Like, I think that'd be a great way to get people on the website, which then they go learn more about the comic books and the NFTs and all the other stuff. It's my marketing brain, and I definitely don't ever want to be that guy that's like, it's cool, but... I don't want to be that guy all the time. I just see these things and go, I want to work on it. I want to help make that, you know? I think, again, education is key for all kinds of collecting, but checklists, man, what of us nerds who are trying to complete sets of cards or pops or whatever, we love the checklists. Remember sports cards in the 80s, and you would open the cards and then every once in a while you'd be like, oh crap, another checklist. But those checklists were helpful when you were trying to complete a team set or whatever. Walking Miracle to Funko Photolay, I browsed that sticker app off your Twitter post. I need that for my various other sticker collections. Funko Photolay just messaged me about that. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I want to this weekend. I love that idea. Boba said, Fun Days survey email link went out at the end of day on Friday, and it's making me log into a Microsoft account with a work or student account. Are you kidding? Wow. It couldn't just be a general... survey, huh? I think because they know it would be brutal, probably. Look, I don't think anybody should be brutal. I think it's different than it was before, and they definitely should take feedback, but people need to learn how to give feedback in a proper manner. Most people don't know how to do that. Oh, I wasn't going to say anything, Funko Photolay, but since you put it out there, Walking Miracle, this is from Funko Photolay. We have a collectibles app that Sully is testing for us, and one of the sections will have stickers. So that, yeah, I don't want to say too much because I don't know what you want to share, but they reached out to me and said, we're building this app that'll allow you to track all kinds of stuff, including pops, and keep an eye on values. And I love that concept because you can go to a PPG or a HobbyDB, and you can track some things. HobbyDB actually tracks quite a bit, but neither of those options are providing proper values anymore. And it's really a point of contention. I don't think a lot of fans want to use those because committing to one of those is a lot of effort, and you want to be able to get a real idea of the current value of your stuff. And when it's broken, it's broken. It's not going to be utilized by people. Look what happened with the Funko app. I don't think anybody, I could be wrong here. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think most anybody wants to use that to track their collection anymore. Yeah, so keep an eye on that. When Funko Photo Lady and them go wide release with this thing, I'll be testing and helping them out. I will absolutely share with everyone and tell you all about it, and then they'll pay me a large sum of money to do so, I'm sure. I'm kidding. I love supporting stuff like this because I want good people to win, and I want access to good tools like this. And the more I'm back into collecting and actually acquiring new things, and like when it comes to VeeFriends, I would love to have an easy checklist that I can also share with other people to go, here's the list of stuff I'm missing. Let me see what you've got. Cool. Let's do a trade, you know? I don't go to a lot of in-person meetups. That reminds me, there's one tomorrow at my local card shop. I was going to try to go, but I'll be playing golf. Collectors building for other collectors. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea. So I'm anxious to see that evolve into something that we can all use. All right. By the way, have I convinced anybody? I know Liz Misty got in and she bought the chalkboards. I know a few other people like Boba James and now Nadu have expressed interest in NFTs. Have I gotten anybody else into VeeFriends? Are you interested? Do you have questions? I feel like I am an kind of an indirect ambassador in a way because of like what I did with Funko NFTs as well, and I'm just learning. And we have Shep here, which is a great resource, not a great guy, and a great resource for us to ask questions if we need answers. I just can't get enough of it. Kelly keeps asking me like, why are you so on it? And I think the answer is it boils down to Gary. I believe in the people on the project and the fact that he's going to continue to market it until he's he can't move anymore. He's going to keep pushing this thing. I have so many cards right now. Got itchy top open packs. Get itchy top open packs. What does that mean? Get itchy top open packs. Funko, I only still track my Funko app because I have my whole collection tracked, but I don't base any real pricing from Funko. See, and hey, here's another tidbit for that. Wouldn't it be cool if you could export all that and get it into y'all's app? An import feature would onboard so many people so easily, especially if the values were right. Not pricing, values. What I just opened is a blaster box. Again, part of the education. Blaster boxes are your entry-level product, about $30 retail. You can find them for about $30 a piece on eBay. I've been doing some research lately. That'll come with guaranteed 4 yellow refractors in those packs. I can never remember this, though. It is, how many packs? Got to get the glasses. Why am I even fighting it? It is 8 packs with 4 cards per pack. So for $30, 32 cards, you're paying about $1 a card. Not too long ago, I can't remember if it was a Mega or a Blaster. I think it was a Blaster that I pulled that autographed Gary V card out of, worth about $400. Absolutely, Bubba James, please do. Tech said the VeeFriends coins are almost here. They are really diversifying. I need more aliens for the PC. I'm interested to see about the coins. I don't know anything about them right now. I also, this just reminded me. I did a little more research on these two to segue for a minute. Last week I opened these and I pulled the redeemable, well, actually Kelly pulled the redeemable figure card. About 2 more boxes. These are on sale over on Toy Temple. If they still have inventory, they did a couple of days ago, $60 a box. And if you do your research and look on eBay, a lot of the individual cards that are numbered are selling for what I think is a little higher than I would have expected. There's some value in here, and I think a lot of people don't know about these. I shared it and tagged Tom Whalen. He got back and said, thanks for the support. Great guy, the artist on this. But I really like those cards, so I got 2 more on the way. My Pops will be getting the coins. Awesome. Legally, Funko has to have a way for you to export because it's your data. Yeah, but is it easy, and is it actually something that is helpful? Whatever format they allow to export, if you guys could allow import into your app, man, we just market the hell out of that. I'll tell everybody about it too. And exactly, Benby. And people will do it, especially if those eBay valuations are correct. That's the key. That has to be fully functional. All right, we're going to crack into my 8 packs and see what I get. I also have a mega box. We'll talk about what that is and why that's a little bit more exciting. 4 cards. I think the third one is usually the hit, so let's go from the front one to a back one. Gritty Ghost is a fun one because there is a variant. I think, is it Living Conundrum that has an extra I might do a trade with? But the Gritty Ghost, there's one card where the ghost has just disappeared. It's a short print of the same card, and I want that in my collection. We got Gritty Ghost. We got the Pea Salad. We've got the, what is the ape? Alert Ape. And a Manga Speckle. I love the Manga Speckles. Those are such a beautiful card of Stoic Slime. I don't think I have this one yet in my collection. I love the Manga Speckles. There are some numbered versions of these as well, down to 10. If you pull a red or a black, those look so good. I have not pulled one yet, but let me get my sleeves and stuff ready. I was not fully prepared. I did order in bulk. I've got a bunch now. So I'm going to sleeve that one right up. Toy Temple has 21 of the chomp. Oh, that's it? That's all they have? I hope they sell out, and I hope there is some demand. What I've seen on eBay so far is promising. But I'll tell you this too, and don't go share this to everybody. With those 21 boxes left, if that's it, the boxes on eBay are selling for almost double of what they cost right now on Toy Temple. So, you know, don't buy them all up. Leave some for the rest of us. But there might be an opportunity there. I bought 2 more boxes. I think I'm going to open one and keep the other one sealed for right now, and just see where it goes. But the cards are so cool, and I've had a few offers to do some trades. I would like to complete a set of the Godzilla. Living Conundrum says, side note, the first VeeFriends Whatnot stream I caught, I won a sticker pack, right? Didn't I tell you? It came in a little while ago. Not sure if you saw the Twitter post. I pulled an absolute banger. A number 1 of 10 comic panel dual sign card. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. That's amazing, Living Conundrum. Congratulations. If you guys aren't watching their Whatnots, you're really missing out. And it's Gary and DJ Kaufman. Man, so cool. Congratulations. That is amazing. Yeah, Shep knows. Shep knows better than all of us. That's an amazing pull. From a free pack. Freaking awesome. All right, we got Macro Micro. I'll go to the back because if there's a heater, it's in the 3rd spot. We got Loyal Lobster. We got Micro. We got the number 1 card in the whole set, Cynical Cat. And, oh, we got a chalkboard. Not numbered, but it's a Boisterous Beaver. I think I already had this one. This is Misty's favorites. And all of these were drawn by DJ Kaufman. When the site uses Shopify and doesn't have a limit to find out stock, just add 1 million and the site will... I wondered how people were doing that. That is an interesting little hack. Now, that doesn't mean that that's necessarily all the stock they have. That's just the stock they've added to Shopify. So there's a really good chance they actually have hundreds of boxes and they've just put that in there. That way they kind of throw everybody off. But also, it'd be good to check every few days. And if that number really does go to 0 and they don't restock. That's amazing, Living Conundrum. I did not see that post. I wish I had. Feel free to drop a link. I would love to check it out. I'll share it with everybody. Let's see. I'll do this first. I'm going to move the... Now I understand why the Pokemon people do what they do. We got Versatile Viking. That is a Topps VeeFriends Chrome first card. Very popular character. We've got the Hype Horse. We've got the Amped AA. And, oh, here is our first of 4 of the yellow refractors. See that yellow background? Those only are available in the... these boxes, the smaller ones. Do they call these the bargain boxes? I don't know if that's the proper term that's also used for that. But I love these. I'm building quite a set from opening all these, and I'm getting more and more of the yellow background, the yellow refractors. Yeah, Living Conundrum. That's amazing. I'm still shocked from my autograph, 1 of 5 that I pulled on stream here a month or 2 ago, and I'm hoping one day. I want to pull an Erupt or an Iconic or one of those 86. Like, eventually, if I open enough boxes, it'll happen. But how many boxes do I have to open? A value box. That's it. Thank you, Tech. You got they also call those value boxes. And then you got the megas. And then you got the hobbies. But all right, 4th pack. So far, every pack has had something nice in it. All right, I'm going to open. I'm going to move back to front. Oh, I'm not going to look and see what it is, but I can just feel that card is shaped a little differently than the others. So let's do it like this so I don't spoil anything. Just Jackal. Meticulous Magpie. Ooh, a Jolly Jacko. Very nice card. Very popular character. And last but not least, oh, it's another of the yellow refractors, the Articulate Armadillo. Just such a beautiful shine on those. I know I say the same things over and over again, but man, when it comes to shiny, sparkly, especially I love the Sapphire. That gets me. That gets my attention. I think I'm 10 cards away from having a complete set now, and I don't remember which 10 I'm missing. Let's do a refresh here. Let's see if I can find my spreadsheet real quick. Yeah, look at I went and built this janky spreadsheet. Oh, I was missing the Amped AA, so I just added another one to my collection. I was missing Jolly Jacko, so right now I'm missing the Anchovy, the Burglar, the Cheetah, the Trooper, Heart Trooper, the Meticulous Magpie. Wait, I didn't just pull that, did I? I did. I pulled the Magpie as well. The Protective Panther, Radical Rabbit, Sensible Sommelier. Those are the only ones I'm missing. I just got 3 of them in this one box. That's crazy. No, go for it, Funko Photolly. Absolutely. Yeah, you can share it. I don't know if it'll let you share a link. I think I have you set up as a mod, don't I? Yeah, there you go. If everybody can see that, snapcollectibles.com. Go check it out. Show a little love to Funko Photo Lady and her husband if you want to get some information on the app. We got the Bombastic Baboon. We've got the Outgoing Octopus. We've got the Capable Caterpillar. And last but not least, we've got the Protective Panther. Panther wasn't on my list, right? I think I had that one. It's the cheetah I'm missing. No, I was also missing the Protective Panther. I might finish this set tonight, y'all. That's exciting. Yo, Port, what's up? Port, I'm glad you brought it up. Look what the free NFT is for tonight. I did watch the first episode. I don't want to spoil anything. All I'll say is the wife and I loved it. At when we're first watching it, it didn't feel real Ted Lasso-ish. But by the end of the episode, it absolutely felt Ted Lasso-ish. I'm obsessed as per usual. It sucks that we have to wait, but I also like the conversation in between. So, Sully, send me a list of what you're missing. Let's complete your set. I have a mountain of 2026 Chrome. So, I think what I'm going to do, Tech, is I'm going to try to do it au naturel. If I haven't completed it in a month or two, absolutely. But I think I'm going to try to complete it just off of, at least this first set, off of opening packs. After that, I might be able to complete a second and third. So I might be in for that. I did see the new Spider-Man. We talked about it. It's so good. No spoilers. It's so good. I highly recommend anybody that's going to go see it. Make sure you watch all the Punisher that you can. Get caught up. Make sure this is in the trailer, so this is no spoilers. Watch No Way Home. There's a couple of things you could watch that might be helpful, but those are the key ones. Nice Tech. I loved it. I want to go see it again, and I will. We got the Persistent Penguin. We've got Consider It Cowboy. Love that one. That's such a great card. I finally pulled that in one of the latest streams. I was missing it before. We got the Sentimental Salamander, and last but not least, the Enamored Emu, which doesn't look that familiar. Do I have that one? Yeah, I had that one. All right, 2 more packs to go in this blaster or value box. Yeah, thank you, Tech. I appreciate it. I absolutely will. And probably like getting. You know what we'll do? New York Comic Con. If I end up not being complete, we'll figure it out beforehand. I can bring cards and we can just swap them in person. We got the Dedicated Dragonfly, VeeFriends first Topps Chrome card. We got the Tenacious Turkey. Wait a minute, was that on the list? No, I had that one. I'm tricking myself now. Tenacious Turkey. We got the Gracious Grasshopper. And last but not least, another of the yellow refractors, the Chill Chinchilla. That's a fun one to say. Chill Chinchilla. And that's the third yellow refractor, which means this pack we're about to open will also have a yellow refractor, but it could also have a nice insert. Yeah, there's I know New York Comic Con's going to have a big VeeFriends presence. They've already talked about it on the lives I've been watching. I'm bummed they didn't have that at San Diego Comic Con, but I know that was tricky given the fact that they had the National right after Fanatics Fest, and SDCC was right in the middle. It was like 3 weekends in a row. I really hope in the future there will be a big presence for VeeFriends at San Diego Comic Con, but home base for them is New York. So New York Comic Con's always going to be their big one. And let's be honest, the East Coast needs some love. They don't get as much as the West Coast. So I've got to go to New York Comic Con, whether I go for work or for personal or whatever. And I'm going to anything and everything VeeFriends I can, for sure. I've got to meet Gary. That's a must. All right, first up, we got the Steadfast Snake. We've got the Vibin' Vampire. Love this card. We've got the Humble Hummingbird, and last but not least, our last yellow refractor of this box, the Modest Moose. Yeah, Shep, it's going to happen this year. Last year I was so in and out so quick of New York Comic Con, but this year 100% it's happening. If I'm dreaming, I've said this on many occasions, and most of this has never come to fruition, but if I'm dreaming, there would be some sort of really cool VeeFriends party. And if they did something like, hey, we're going to just host a party and all you Series 1 collectors are invited for free, I'll get my Series 1. If they do Series 1 and Series 2, get, you know, primary access or early access to tickets, I'm already set. But if I have to, I want a Series 1 at some point. You got to, Funko Photo. It's so fun. It is so much fun. We had another great time this year. Priscilla had her yearly party. We got to hang out, a bunch of us. I took, you know, my stickers. It was just, it's always so much fun. The panels I saw were amazing. We recapped it last Friday, my wife and I. Spaceballs panel we got to go into. Rick Moranis was there. That was freaking awesome. We got to meet Nathan Fillion. Again, for me, like the 5th time, first time for her. We got autographs. We got a poster, comic book. I got a cool Linkin Park comic book. I can't believe I made that mistake. It was just another great, fantastic, super fun SDCC. Yeah, it takes a while to come down off the high. While you're, at the same time that you're getting your energy level back from resting up, you're also coming down off the high. And I think it's probably at about 10 days where those two cross. 7 to 10 days, somewhere in there. All right, now we're going to open up a Mega. Now, there's an increased chance that you're going to pull something amazing out of a Mega box. For that, they cost a little bit more. In these, you get 8 packs, 7 cards. That's 56 cards in total. Retail is typically about $60. If you're thinking about going in, I would recommend going for these. You can, on eBay, find boxes for around $65 a piece. I thought for sure they'd be much more right now. I think they will be in the future, but if you're looking, I'm looking to buy some more, and I found some pretty good deals if I buy like 5 boxes at a time. So I'm scouting a couple more lots of boxes that I'll hopefully get soon so that I can continue to open these for a while. If the hopes are true, and this turns into the IP that I think it can and will with Gary and team working their butts off on it, we'll look back and go, should have gone heavy. And I won't regret it, just like Funko, I've gone heavy. I have opened, I think this makes like my 6th blaster, or Mega Box. Exactly, Shep. And that's the reason why the project has a better chance of success than so many others out there. I think the reason that Pudgy Penguins has done well is because of the guy that's running that. He's in it 100%. He was there at San Diego Comic-Con on the show floor handing out stuff. He lives it. Gary lives it. If Brian Mariotti had lived the NFTs, or if Mike Becker had lived the NFTs, they'd still be going. But they didn't. They were focused on other things. That was a side project. I'm not harshing them. I'm just saying that would have been the difference maker. Oh man, Tech, that would be dope. You do get 1 mega head per box, so good call, Tech. It's called a Mega Box. You get 1 mega head per box. These are what mega heads look like. I love them because I always love the cartoony. I've already got the Modest Moose. I've got 2 of the Modest Moose. I've got the Notorious Ninja, one of the most popular characters. I've got the Knowing Gnome, and I've got the Adventurous Astronaut. But I need the very, 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 very lucky Black Cat. I have only to date pulled 1 out of all the boxes I've opened. 1 common, very, very, very lucky Black Cat. That's it. I cannot believe my anti-luck when it comes to that. At some point, that's going to shift, and I'll see a ton of them. I know it. This is one project in the world that can 100% guarantee never back down on NFT. I agree, and I believe that, which is why I'm willing to invest. All right, I don't know where the banger hits in these, so I'll just do the normal pull. Amped AA, I needed that until tonight. There's my second one. We got the Meticulous Magpie. Another Jolly Jacko. Good pull there. Outgoing Octopus. Oh, we got a refractor, an X-Fractor of the Chill Chinchilla, which I just pulled the yellow refractor. That's crazy. We got another Modest Moose and a Gritty Ghost. Man, I'm really hoping to pull one of these short prints. I have not pulled a single short print yet. And for those of you who are kind of new to it, there's like 8 cards, maybe 10, that have short print variants. And a lot of collectors don't even know about those. And if you get lucky and you get into a break, or you buy a lot of cards, a literal lot, L-O-T, not just a bunch, there's chances you could get those, because people don't all know about them. You think the 5th card? All right, let's try this on this pack then. All right, I'm going to say, there's how many in a pack? 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that leaves 2 in the back. So if I take the 2 in the back and I move it to the front, let's try this little Pokemon tactic. All right, I did it. Loyal Lobster, Versatile Viking again, Capable Caterpillar, the Protective Panther, Considerate Cowboy, Sentimental Salamander, and we got another X Factor of the Unwavering Urchin. Now, I don't like that pattern as much as the sparkly patterns, but I do love that shine. That is fun. The sparkly gets me, or the cracked ice. Not only is it fun to say, but they make for beautiful cards. I like the way they did those Godzilla cards, the way they printed on the holofoil, and then let that bleed through for the text and things. Clean. Clean. So, okay, the trick is move 2 from the back to the front. Without looking. 2 from the back to the front. And then I'm going to try to not look at the last card in the back. Just Jackal. Bombastic Baboon. Enamored Emu. Tenacious Turkey. Gracious Grasshopper. Vibin' Vampire. And we got a backwards card. Competitive Clown. Ooh, the Neon. Love it. There are some numbered versions of these as well. If you get really lucky, you pull a numbered version that's limited to like 10. That's some fire right there. Right, Funko Photo Lady? I was out of it for so long, and this is the project that brought me back to it. I've opened sports cards. I got into the Disney Neon for a little bit. I've tried a bunch of stuff, but this is where it really hit for me, because I think this is an opportunity to be on the ground floor of something that's going to be absolutely gargantuan in the future. All right, take the 2 at the back, move them to the front. Don't look at the back. We got the Persistent Penguin. Come on, very, very, very lucky Black Cat. Dedicated Dragonfly. Humble Hummingbird. Zealous Zombie. I love this character too. I love the colors of the zombie. We got the Headstrong Honey Badger. We got the Willful Wizard, one of the most popular characters. And the last one is our Mega Heads. Oh, another Adventurous Astronaut. You only get one of those per Mega Box. Hoping for the Black Cat, but I do love the Astronaut. That's another very popular character. I feel like the whole lineup of the Mega Heads is like the best characters of the sets. I'm going to immediately put that one in a top loader and put it with my other ones. Living Conundrum, there is possibly to double hit. I think there is in the 4th position. Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't mind a double hit. I've seen some of the really big hits. There's like 2 in a pack, which is amazing. Definitely look at the VeeFriends site for stores. I've checked GameStops, and they are always sold out. I've used the GameStop app, and I think they've just gotten all the distribution that they're going to get at this point. But I was checking eBay, and that you can get Megas and Blasters for almost retail price right now. The question is it a reliable seller? So make sure you check and see how many transactions they've done, what their feedback is. I wouldn't buy from somebody that just had 20 transactions or whatever. Make sure they've done a lot. All right, Steadfast Snake, Flexin' Fox, Bullish Bull, Practical Peacock, the Boisterous Beaver, the Perfect Persian Cat, and our 7th slot. We got another X Factor. We got the Big Game Bandicoot. Big Game Bandicoot. Let's see, my best pulls, the last time we did this, I pulled a signed Gary V card, numbered 5 out of 5, which is about a $300-400 card. And I pulled a numbered Mel Robbins of the Content Condors. I don't remember the price on that. I think maybe $60-70, something like that. Targets have been getting random restocks. I keep checking mine because I saw that same thing. And if you're near a Dick's Sporting Goods that has the sports card section, right, Tarjan and Puma? Yeah, I've seen people recently finding it, so it's possible. We got Tidy Troll, Gracious Goose, Bad Intentions, Noble Numbat, Rare Robot. I think it's like my 7th or 8th one of these. This is the mainline card, a common, if you will, but this is a very, very popular character that I think will just continue to be a staple for all of VeeFriends. We've got a legendary lemur, and last but not least, another X Factor. Ooh, adventurous astronaut. That's a good. We've had back-to-back astronaut packs. All right, 2 more packs in my Mega. That's it for tonight. I was hoping my Godzilla cards would be in so I could open some of those, but we still got the box game to play and some other fun to be had. So let me move 2 from the back to the front. I will tease. I see a little color back there. I see a little color. I think that's pink. We'll see what that turns out to be here in a moment. Come on, very, very, very lucky black cat. I'm trying not to look. Unwavering urchin. Another adventurous astronaut. Could it be an astronaut? Could we just keep hitting that? Decisive duck. Independent inchworm. Clever crocodile. And... nope, one more. Responsive ram. And come on, astronaut or black cat. It is neither. It is the Forgiving Horned Frog. That's a numbered card. 52 of 250. I think that's the largest numbered cards go is 250. So it's not exactly a heater. It was probably, you probably get this for like under $5 for now. But if you pull like a black cat or an astronaut or some of those characters, that could be worth a lot more. Got one more pack. We could still pull something amazing here. Wait, that goes in that side. Okay, one more pack. Let's go. 2 from the back. 1, 2. I'm not going to peek this time. I don't even want to know if there's any color. All right, we got the Ambitious Angel. This is one that does have a short print version. This is not the short print version. We got the Accountable Ant. We got the Hard Working Wombat. The Wild Wallaby. The Gifted Gopher. The Truculent T-Rex. And last but not least, we've got a Content Condor of Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V himself. I would love to have a numbered or signed version. This is neither, but still a great card. Anytime you can get a Gary V dad, I would love to have him autograph one of these in person one day. But there are some that are numbered and or autographed in some of the packs. If you get real lucky. I know him! You can text him. That's just wild. That's so wild. I think that's my 3rd Gary. And I have 2 Mr. Beasts. I would love to pull the signed Mr. Beast. I feel like that's one of the cards that could just go to the moon for real. I got in on a break yesterday, or was that this morning? Might have been this morning. Or I watched it, I should say. I didn't actually get in on it. And the guy was advertising for each card how many 1-of-1s are still out there. I don't know how he can verify the data, to be honest, but there's still a lot of 1-of-1s left in packs. If his data is right. There's no real way to verify that 100%, but at this point it's become the norm to see text from Gary and group text. Sometimes I forget how surreal it is. I mean, right? Like it's like when I worked at Funko and Brian Mariotti was... his office was like 10 feet from where I sat. That was just crazy, man. So nothing to go crazy about in these. No super high value cards. Our biggest hits were the Mega Heads and the numbered 250 Horned Frog. So, you know, they're not all going to be worth more than what you paid. But when you make the big hit, it covers a lot of your costs. So hopefully in one of these next ones, I'll hit a lucky black cat. Like really short run. I also have. Let's take a chance on one of these. I haven't opened all these yet. At my local sports card store, they have a vending machine with the little figures. They're like little gummy figures, essentially. They're called VeeFriends Minis, and they have a little plastic thing around the edge. But let's open it up and see what I got in this one. So Shep, the way this guy had it listed, he had like, okay, here's the Gary B, and there are still 2 1-of-1s available for this card. Here's the whatever. There are no 1-of-1s available for this card. So I think somebody's doing tracking, or he's doing his own tracking. I think it was called Hot Hands. And again, like I could have opened a 101 and put it on a shelf and not told anybody, not put it up for sale. He couldn't know that. So if he's trying to say that, I hope he's being honest with people and saying, not guaranteed, but that's what we've seen. All right, let's see what we got in this little mini here. The pink and green are like the base colors. And I got a green again. This is a green, of the Heart Trooper. First time I've gotten that one. I know Nick and Nessa at My Pops have a complete set of like all of the rarities, which is crazy. Because I've opened like 6 of them now, and I've gotten 3 pink and 3 green. I haven't pulled any of the rarer ones yet, but at $0.25 a piece, not a bad investment to get these. And the way they have a little set shelving unit, a little tiered shelving unit that looks so cool with them all set up on there. All right, let me put these on the box there. Yeah, they're cute. They're little tiny guys. They're super squishy. Not squishy enough that Macy and her friends are into it. They are obsessed with the Nidos right now. It's just such a big deal for them. And I can't... They open them, they play with them, and she's like, look, feel how good the squish is. And I'm like, it's squishy. I'm like, okay. They're basically like pencil toppers. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it, but I'm not going to knock on anybody for having a collectible, because it'd be easy for her to pick on me for, being a grown-ass man that collects toys and sports cards, which I don't care. Make fun of me if you will. I enjoy it. The translucent green and pink ones glow in the dark real nice. No kidding. Did I test that? I don't remember if I tested it. The squishy... Oh, yeah, we have squishy dumplings here at the house, too. Those are very popular. Couldn't really see very much. This light is kind of dying. I need to get some new batteries for it. What kind of batteries does it take? Oh. Weird setup for 3 AAAs. Why is it having such a problem staying lit? Are those batteries that dead? Yeah, collector can't throw stones in that particular house. Exactly. Okay, that's staying on better now. Ah, okay. This translucent pink. Check this out. Wait, let me screen down here. There we go. More dark. Yeah, there's definitely a glow on this. Does it retain a glow? It does. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. This is the translucent pink, and it really heats up with the glow. Look at that. Whoa, nice. That's cool. It's the only one out of the ones I have over there that did that. It's still retaining a glow over there. That's dope. Yeah, those are very popular. We're making the rounds to several local toy stores once a week at least, checking for Nidos and other squishies. The like the dumplings and stuff like that have been very popular. What else? I felt like there was something else I was going to share with you guys. We got my thank you, Tech, for sending my impeccable Inostranet. We opened the packs. We looked at all our SDCC haul last week. I guess that was it. I guess that's all we had to cover. We're going to play the box game in a little bit. Not too much longer. Nido went crazy expensive like overnight. But the interesting thing is, if you find them at retail, they're like $5 to $10. They're not that expensive. But if you look at the aftermarket, and I've been meaning to do this, I haven't done it in a while. When they go up in price, the price is not as mind-bogglingly crazy as I would have expected. Is it NEA? Yeah, look, it even came up right at the beginning. It's NEE, Nido. Let's sort it by sold and then price highest. There's a huge collection, so that doesn't really count because somebody's turning around and flipping all that. Let's see if we can find individual. Those carrots, ugh. They have one of those. Look, here's a little, no way. Oh, 96 lot bulk. Look, oh my Lord, look at the size of it. People are getting their entire allocation and just putting it up in a lot to sell it on eBay. I was looking for like one single item that went for a lot. And I think this proves my point. Like, we haven't found a single item in here yet, and we're down to about $700. I would expect there to be something when we got to like the 500 range, if there's some sort of super rare. Here we go. 2 rare Nito Stardust Shimmers. 100% authentic, sold for $700. So that's $350 a piece. That's nuts. Here's 3 Nito Magma Squeeze Blue, Orange, Gray, the 3 colors. Squeeze toys. These are Nito official. 40 bids got it to $640. I want to see other photos of these. I've never seen a Magma, which explains why they're so expensive. Nito Magma. Okay, I'll keep a lookout for those. They light up. Whoa, here we go. Nito Presto, black and white to a rainbow of color heart print. $630. There's 4 different styles. That's actually, it's really cool looking. I like the smiley faces all over it. And it looks cool when you squeeze it. But $630? Wow. Okay. I take back what I said. There are some items. I've never seen those particular ones, and that makes sense, but they're just little squishy toys. Exactly, Savage. Yeah, I was talking about this a couple months ago here when Macy and her friend... Here's another one of those. It's not the smiley face. This is one of the other variants. $600. But what happens is, from what I can tell anyway, the local stores put in their orders. They get an allocation in. They put, especially for these solid color ones like what's on the screen right now, they'll put them up for sale, and they don't charge that much for them. Some people will actually sell them at retail. Some might sell them for $10. The most I've seen is like $14.99. There's a lot of knockoffs out there that aren't the real Nitos, and it's fairly easy to spot them. Here we go. Here's another crazy one. The Mellow Marble Egg, $5.49. This was just a straight up buy it now. It was not at auction. Let's look at what it looks like. See what it looks like. Marble Egg. Crazy, man. But this is one of those things you got to know what to be on the lookout for. I don't think any of us are going to trip into a store and they're accidentally going to have one of these on sale. It's something you got to be like waiting at the door when the store opens, and you have to have a store that's willing to sell even the high end, the stuff that sells for a lot, just because they got it for retail to be willing to sell it. They're probably not. They're gonna sell it at a premium. Most of these are probably from store owners who got them and was like, I'm not putting that out for sale. I'm putting that on eBay. I can have a really good month and eat a steak dinner and go to a nice hotel. Oh, that's cool. 2023 Squishmas Nito. It looks like it's like almost like pool balls in the rack. There's a little owl in there. Yeah, I don't understand it fully. I just need to understand when I'm out at retail and I see something that looks a little abnormal, bust out the phone, go to the eBay app, go to completed listings, see what's going on. You just never know. A Glow Flake Nice Cube. I know Macy has a Nice Cube and a Nice Bird, but I don't know if it's these particular ones. If she's just playing with that and it's a $500 thing, I'm going to lose it. Not on her. I'm just going to be like, Macy, did you know? She probably does. Absolutely crazy. Now, speaking of value, one of the projects I've been putting off for years, and I talked about it during COVID, and I want to do it. I need to just find a Saturday, maybe next time that like Kelly has a thing out of town or a concert or something. I have at least 8 long boxes of comics in the garage. They're all bagged, boarded, and they're in really good boxes. And it doesn't get too hot in the garage. When I was doing Nerd Foo every Wednesday, there you go, there's your Savage, there's your opportunity. Oh, did you now, Boba James? I would go to my local comic book store, Bedrock Comics in Houston, Texas, on Washington. I would go in and I would take the screenshot from my friend that did the comics website, the speculation on comic book values, and I would take his top 5 picks of each week, and I would buy one or multiple copies of some of the books. I also was buying from TFAW that they offered. You could get bagged and boarded, and it was the best quality of their comics. Oh, great! I'll see it. I'll look at it a bit, James. I just would buy them and put them aside. I didn't really go back and look up anything. I didn't put it in any apps, nothing. So I want to sit down and go through those. Out of all the ones I bought, there's got to be a handful that were because a lot of them were number ones of new series, number ones of new characters, whatever. Rookie cards, you know? There's got to be a couple in there that are worth sending off for CGC or PSA grading, and might have real value. So that would have been in the range of like 2014 to 20. I did it when I lived here too, so probably to 2017, maybe even 2018. I bought thousands, probably 1,000 comics. Yeah, right, Savage. So as long as you have them and they're in a good spot, right? Now is a great time to take them out. Here we're looking at 10 years later. What did they do? And that's why I bought them at that time. I was like, what I should have done, hindsight, is taken that money and put it in the S&P 500. Would have guaranteed to make, over the years, I would have doubled or tripled that money. But I didn't. I put it in comics, and maybe I still doubled or tripled my money. Don't know. I definitely tripled my money in Pops easily. Way more than that, probably. I don't have a lifetime number, but in the stuff I sold on Whatnot and eBay over the last couple years, I more than paid for everything I ever bought. So everything that I'm still sitting on is just butter. It's just extra. It is like another form of stock. And eventually, I'll cash out. But I don't know when that'll be. Yeah, Savage, I hope you got some great stuff in there. Like, I wish I could remember anything that was in that run. And you never know, too. Like, of course, I didn't get Invincible #1 back in the day. Like, I don't even know when that came out, but that would have been a great one to have. Because it's that license. You really saw at SDCC this year how popular it's become. And I know from looking at the comments on a lot of the stuff I look at every day, a lot of people are asking for Invincible. Let's see. I don't think I got in on Invincible. At one point I thought I did, but it was another series from the creator of Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman, that I got in on. Yeah, look at this. Oh, here's a black and white wraparound sketch cover. Invincible #1 CGC 9.8 first printing. $9,500. Wow, that's cool, Boba James. I wish you all the best of luck. Hope you got some great stuff. No, Nadu, I think it's time for a culling. I think it's time to go through all those boxes, find the best of the best, get them graded, see what the value is, and maybe, depending on what it is, I think a lot of those are probably not going to ever increase in value a great deal. Maybe sell those and just hold on to the best of the best. But I mean, when you look at stuff like this, what was another Robert Kirkman series of comics? There was one where I went heavy on them, and I'm hoping they make a show or something one day. Was not Invincible. Not Walking Dead. I would have known Walking Dead. You turd. Or maybe it wasn't Robert Kirkman, but I thought it was. Yeah, now that I'm looking at these covers, none of them line up. What is it I'm thinking of? I got to go to the boxes and find out. But there was a couple that I bought like 5 of each first issue, and they're all like minty. But maybe it wasn't a Kirkman. Maybe I'm misremembering. I created my own narrative in my head. Is that something about Speed? Was there a comic called Speed? No. What was that? I can vaguely see the covers in my head. Nadu. Saga. When did that come out? I remember that got popular for a while when I was at Funko. I might have a few of those. When was Saga #1 out? I mean, what would I even put in a Nerds Unite comic? I don't know what I'd put in there. Yeah, I don't think I have Saga. but there's some good value there. Okay, other than Invincible and Saga, what are some of the best comics of the last 10 years? Chucky said, question for the crowd, has anyone told you that they love you today? Have you said it to someone you love? You never know how much time you have left. This is absolutely true. I talked about it on one stream, but a buddy of mine used to come by here. He was my ex's cousin's husband, Greg. I got a message last year that he died in his sleep. He came by here all the time. Aggie Greg. He's a super sweet guy. He always supported me. He was subscribed to the channel. Every time I came back to Texas, they would have me, they'd host me at their house, and I would stay with them. And it hits me every single day. I'll be doing something and I'll think, oh man, like Greg doesn't get to do that again. And I've lost other friends in my life, but he's probably one of the closest people I've been, that I've known that's passed. And I didn't really see him much in the last 2 years that he was alive, and it's a real shame. I got on Something's Killing the Children. That's the name of the comic. Shep will fund the new... Don't be volunteering, Shep. Something's Killing the Children? I've never heard of that. But I see it right at the top. Yeah, it's the name of the comic. No, we're not just randomly throwing stuff out there. Not a cover I remember seeing. But a 9.8 will fetch you $1,600. And you never know, like, the stuff I bought, I was always impressed with TFAW. They would offer this bag and board. Well, they offered two services that were killer, and it's a shame they're not around anymore. I'd go back to it. But they would offer, you could pre-order a ton of comics, and they would not only hold them until you got a bulk thing to send out, like enough, 50 comics or more. They would bag and board for it's like a 20 cents extra per comic. But by doing that, it was kind of like the Big Bad Toy Store where you pay the extra $2 and they get you the minty one. They were doing that with the comics. So every bagged and boarded comic that I received was pristine. They were never not pristine. So all those, if there's anything in those that came from TFAW, I've got the best chance at a 9.8 or a 10. Chucky, I don't like people, but I love all of you. Well, thank you, Chucky. Love you too. Miles Morales' first appearance comic was in 2011. I did not get in on that. Yeah, that'll be a huge one for sure. Yeah, see, Savage, I guarantee you got some in amazing condition. So, like, did anybody put together a list? Best comics value last 10 years. Oh, wow. Or see, here's a good Stray Dogs #1. Did I ever get that? I don't think so. That's an independent one. I did also, so I'm looking at this, what Google brought up from Gemini. Retailer incentive variants. I used to buy some of those too. They had a box that was separate in the back that had those, and I'd go through them and I'd find some good ones, and I'd pay a little premium for them. Sometimes as much as $20. I doubt this list is going to show me. Yeah. Walking Dead, duh, of course. Oh, I had Spawn #1. Don't have it anymore. It was in a storage unit I lost. That cover looks familiar. Nope, 2010. I do have some J. Scott Campbell variant covers of some stuff. I remember that. I wish I'd got in on Absolute Batman. That one is taken off right now. This actually looks familiar. What year was that? 2010. So no, I don't have that either. I need stuff that was like 2014 to 2018. Is there anything in there? Saga. There's the one somebody mentioned. Yeah. Not Sega. Be funny if everything I bought was worthless and I just like totally hit a weird window. Invincible came out in 2003? Dang, I didn't realize it was that old. 2015 Spider-Gwen. Adam Hughes. I don't think I have that one. Ooh, that's a cool one. First appearance of X-23. More Walking Dead. Oh man, to have an old Deadpool like that, very cool. The Goon. Alias, like the TV show? Oh no, first appearance of Jessica Jones. I just checked and I have Invincible 0 and 1 through 30. Wow, Chuck, that's cool. Tech said TMNT just dropped their 300th issue comic book special with like 10 big artists. J. Scott Campbell. First TMNT cover got 1 in 200 ratio and a 1 in 250. Wow. Those are going to be valuable for sure. Whoa. Ultimate Fallout. What year? First Miles Morales. There you go. What year would that come out? Because that looks like a cover from the era that I was collecting. Like the style. They changed up the headers on them a little bit. Rick and Morty in 2015. I did not get that. I wish I had. Edge of the Spider-Verse #2. There's a chance I might have picked that up. Nice, yep. I have the first appearance of X-23, Nick's #1. Yeah, that was on my list I was just going through. I also have the first appearance of Gambit. I may have first appearance of Miles Morales. Oh, those are great ones. Oh, what a Tank Girl. What a crazy cover. Yeah, that range of years that I chose is not looking promising by this list. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't some great ones in there still, but that looks vaguely familiar. I guarantee there's like at least a couple 3 in there that I'm going to be like super surprised that I have one and that has the value it does too. That looks familiar. Oh, I remember Jock. He made this as a poster that he did. I remember seeing that as like a Mondo poster. Don't think I got that Thanos. So cool. It's just amazing that the level of storytelling that the movie runners have to choose from now, and how they'll pick and weave in different stories or make their own take on it. I know it probably drives the comic book fans nuts because they want it like a certain way, but first appearance of Bob Sentry. What year did they see? No year on that one. I'd like to know the year. There's Red Hulk. Invincible Iron Man. That rings a bell. First Riri. I may have that. That looks vaguely familiar. I didn't go just Marvel and DC though. I went with a lot of Image, a lot of other comic book companies. And there were a few local, smaller comics that I picked up too. I just scooped first. Oh, you know what I have? Nova #1. I just remembered. When there was a rumor years ago that Nathan Fillion might be Nova, I picked it up. Paid like 60, 70 bucks for it, I think. It's not a super high grade. But I have it somewhere. I just got to find it. I have this exact cover right here. Let's see what sales on it have been. That's Nova movie's coming, it sounds like. And depending on who they get and how they use Nova in the comics, that could end up being huge. Okay. That's a signed and graded 9.6. Mine was definitely not a 9.6 or a 9.8. But look, those are some good prices. $1,000, $1,000. Wow. All right, there's some money there. I may be able to get my money back on that one. Funko Photo Lady says, I'm going to add your stickers to catalog for collectibles app, and I'll have to get a list from you of all your stickers. You know, that's a tricky one. I'd have to go to Jan. Jan started keeping a list in the early days, and then I'll have to fill in the blanks from there. That's an interesting project, Funko Photo Lady, but I'd like to do it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And then Liz Misty, in fact, let me go grab those. I'll be right back. Liz Misty gave me a bag of stuff. She went through her collection fairly recently to cull things down, and she found all kinds of duplicates. So she's like, I don't need 3-4 of these stickers and pins. So there's stickers or pins and boutons from not only from me, but like Beehive and like Gatos, and there's a few in here that I thought I wouldn't see again ever. One of my favorites, I think that was from Designer Con or STCC. I forget what it says on there, but I love that one. I had fun designing that. But here's stickers, badge ribbons. There's some fun stuff in there, so that could help. I tried to keep one of every sticker I ever made. I have most of the protos that they sent from like Sticker Mule back when I used to order from them all the time. But there's some fun ones in here I haven't seen in a while. Remember, there's a Designer Con one. There's Dorksman stickers in here. Oh, Jose sticker. 4 Dorksman. Oh, here's an OG. Oh, it's an OG magnet. Haven't seen one of I don't think I even have one of those on my fridge. And yeah, let's go. Although I am a little pissed at Buc-ee's. Did y'all heard about how they're suing small companies that have logos that look anything familiar? Or similar? There are definitely some people that are trying to rip off Buc-ee's, and they deserve it, but they're going after some people that make 0 sense. I'm kind of bummed about them doing that. I really just depends what you want to call them. I made up my own names for them. Yeah, they should be in hot water. They need to back off that crap. Like, there was a whole segment on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver about it, and, you know, at first I thought, well, he's just picking on him, but honestly, most of his segments they're pretty spot on, right? The research is good. But I watched that and I was like, tisk. You made up your own names for my sticker? Yeah, that would be tricky because I don't know that I gave them all a name per se. But Jan has that book, and when I go back for Christmas, I can always take photos of that where she had all the early ones and how many I made, and like I could dig and find all that info, but I definitely don't retain it all here. What I do have somewhere is that box of all the protos, and that's like the best way. I think it's down over there. That has all like tons of the old stuff in there. Yeah, that's gonna be a project, Funko Photo Lady, but we can get that done. All right, it's 6:47. Now's a great time for the box game because Kelly hopefully will get done a little after 7, and then we're gonna be ready for some Din Din. Oh, you didn't hear about this, Natty? So essentially, Buc-ee's has their very, recognizable logo. I just showed it on screen, but the yellow circle, red outline, the character, the beaver in a red hat. So they've gone after. There are people that use this logo, but they'll call their place something different. And sometimes it's just kind of a derpy version of this. Sometimes it's like they'll turn the head, make it another character, but use the same colors. So they started going, their litigation or their legal team started going after people that were ripping off their logo. That's totally fair. That makes sense. But now what they've done is they've gone too far, and they've tried to sue people for having a character in a circle looking to the right, or having a character wearing a red hat. Like they're out of control. They're going after people where it doesn't look anything like their logo. They're trying to say they basically own having a beaver in their logo. Don't make that weird. And having the colors yellow and red, and like they're just really going too far. And there's a line, and they crossed it, and they deserve to be called out for it, because for some small companies that had logos that maybe even go back to before Buc-ee's of like an alligator in a circle, you cannot sue somebody for that. You're going after their livelihood. Some of these are mom and pop stores that are one-off, and like literally they cannot hire the lawyers and afford to have the lawyers to fight them. So they'll be forced to change their name, which could really hurt their business, or they may have to fold. And there's no reason to go after those companies. There's no reason. Yeah, if you get a chance, let me find the link here. If you get a chance, the best explanation you could possibly get for it was this series, episode of Last Week Tonight. Now, Last Week Tonight's very political. I honestly started watching it because my brother recommended it, and it was a good way for me to learn more about politics, something I don't want to but need to learn more about. He will find a topic, they cover it, and They go really in depth, and there's
I've learned that there are two kinds of weeks in America. There are the weeks where nothing happened. No, the use is so loud that how a raccoon became emotionally...
that's not the actual video. Let's see if this
Buc-ee's
is
loves to sue other companies, particularly those with animal mascots. They've filed over a dozen lawsuits over the years and threatened a bunch more. And incredibly, to date, Buc-ee's has won nearly all of the cases that it's brought, usually because other companies opt to settle and redesign their logos or just fold completely. And that is probably because most just don't have the resources to fight a company this big. But Buc-ee should be careful here, because as one legal expert has said, the more you do this, the more you might run into somebody who has the means or the will to fight with you about it. And that is where we come in, because it turns out we very much have the will to get into a fight with Buc-ee's. We also happen to already have a rodent mascot on hand, one Mr. Nutterbutter, who's helpfully no stranger to frivolous lawsuits. I'm so happy to announce that you can now buy this image on a variety of products, from tumblers to hats to shirts to onesies to mugs to pajamas to umbrellas to stickers to socks to, of course, underwear. You can buy any or all of these items for a limited time at buck-off.com, with all profits going to hunger-free America.
Brilliant.
So, if any prominent gas station chain out there has an issue with our new logo and products and wants to get lawyers involved, then you know what? Bring it the fuck on. Although, remember, in doing so, you'd be directly taking food out of hungry people's mouths. And it's also worth knowing that Mr. Nutterbutter currently has a perfect record in court, and the last guy who sued us over him is technically dead now. That is not a threat. That's not a threat. It's just an objective fact. So at this point, Buc-ee's, I guess the beaver knuckles
they took it to another level here. Watch.
The next move is yours.
It's perfect.
To see what it's going to be, and you know who else is looking forward to finding out? This guy. He's here. He's back.
A full set, man.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Not a green screen. It's brilliant. But that's like the petty 1,000 level for sure. But the whole explanation of showing the other logos from these companies that they're going after is just, oh my god. Well, let's see, the whole last week tonight. Did they put the full? I was watching on the HBO app. And that was just a short, but let's see if we can find the full length video, and I'll share the link with you in case anybody wants to watch. It may not be available to watch the full one. Well, this looks like full. Let's just go to videos. It wasn't the main story, I think, is the problem. What else was the story on that one? Is this it?
Vistaprint helps bring your ideas to life with easy-to-use design tools, real human support, and all the products you need.
Showing us every time your officers peaked at a...
No.
Well, why can't you talk about the J...
if somebody can find it and share the link, but the whole episode with the full Buc-ee's thing, you got to watch the full thing to get the whole vibe, the whole story. And they show some of the logos of the companies that Buc-ee's have gone after, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm a huge Buc-ee's fan, but no. When you go that far, you've gone too far. You've gone too far. You need to dial it back. You need to leave the mom and pop stores alone. So messed up. So messed up. Yeah, definitely. Last week tonight takes everything to 1,000, and I love it. Sometimes I don't agree, but I learned something out of it all. So if you can, if you can put your politics aside a little bit, or maybe you agree with his politics and you'll absolutely love it. But I don't necessarily agree with everything. But I love hearing his take on it and learning, and I'm open to the education. So I learn something every week watching his show, and some of it one day I know will be very beneficial. Yeah, good old corporate America in 2026. Yeah, I imagine Buc-ee's has been doing it for a while. The store does great. Corporate is always a collectible show. Yeah, exactly. Buc-ee's is brilliant marketing, brilliant merchandising. They protect all their stuff, but then they just went too far. They went full Tropic. Yes, thank you. That's a good way to put it. I like that. Never go full Tropic Thunder. That's a great shirt idea. There's at least a dozen people that would get that joke. All right, let's do the box game. So anybody who's watching who's maybe just been kind of lurking, now's your time to pay attention fully. Let me get your attention. Actually, let me show Little segue or little off topic beforehand. These boxes were designed, hand painted by Ed Pogue and his wife, Betwasted, you might know him as. I was on his podcast just this week. We recorded, I think it goes up on Monday, he said. So keep an eye out on my Twitter. If you don't already follow the Signal podcast with Ed Pogue, if you don't already follow that, I'll share it on my channels when it goes live. But we just had a good 1 hour sit down conversation where we talked about my time at Funko and Nerd Foo, a little bit about me staying in the industry. Can't really go into details because of the company policies where I work for. We just talked about all kinds of fun stuff. So if you guys are down to hear a little bit more about me or catch up with Ed, he has had a number of really good guests on there, and he was telling, I can't share everything he told me, but he has another podcast too about the Invisible Man that actually has cast members from the show that are on there with him. He knows a number of people that are actors in Hollywood, and it's really, really interesting. He's a big Star Trek fan. He's had some Star Trek actors on his podcast before, and then me, weird old me, as part of that lineup. So if you guys are interested, that'll be up Monday. I'll share the links. Of course, a little love for Ed would be great. Get him some more followers. The quote with RDJ's character on the, yes, with an outline of him would be even better. All right, let's explain the box game in case you're watching along. We got 5 boxes. Ed created 1 through 4. I added 5. There's also a Christmas box that takes its place during the holidays. But right now, these boxes are empty. Oh, Boba, you're sweet. Thank you. These boxes are empty. I have 5 prizes I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to spend your Sully Bucks or points, which you earn by watching the stream, meaning you have to pay $0 to participate. All you have to do is watch the stream. Living Conundrum just did it, and you can too. If you're on Twitch, type in !points in the chat. It'll come back and tell you how many points you have. Everyone that's watched the stream for 5 minutes or more, even if you've just been lurking, has points. You will spend those points to buy raffle tickets into this giveaway. I'll explain how to do that in a moment. Let me show the prizes first. First up, we've got a pack. I have the whole box shown here, but we'll pick a pack out of here if you win this one of the Deadpool and Wolverine trading cards. It's a Topps Chrome product. Box goes for like 70 or 80 bucks, so each pack is worth like $10-ish. If you win that, you'll get 1 pack out of there. I also have an unopened blaster or value box of Topps Chrome VeeFriends from this year, 2026. If you win, we'll pull a pack out of here. We'll open it. You get the contents. That's prize 2. Prize 3, we've got a Dreams blind bag. This is Rocky Moto. So if you know Mike Becker's company, this was at their party last year, San Diego Comic-Con. We don't know what's in there. It's never been opened. There are some rare figures that might be in some of these. It might be yours. If you win that one, we can open it, or I can send it to you and you can open it. That's your choice. That's the 3rd prize. 4th prize is the Priscilla prize pack. Priscilla Peepee, we call it. Priscilla is an artist friend of ours. She's amazing. She always sends me prizes to give away on stream, and she sent me some amazing stuff to give away over the years, including some prototype enamel pins. So in this bag here, we have, this is the production set over here with the color. And then what you see here is the prototype set in the enamel all purple. This is for the Sune emoji set, sad set. And this is number 4 of 4. So there are only 4 of these protos in the world. If you win, you get both as part of the prize pack. There's what the prototypes look like. I love that they're on the card, just like if you were to buy the set. Super cool. If you win the Priscilla prize pack, though, you'll get those, that proto, the actual mainline pins, the production pins. You'll get one of the cleaning cloths from Emerald City Comic-Con. You'll get one of the stickers from Emerald City Comic-Con, one of the temporary tattoos, and I found one more of these, another one of her stickers featuring all of her characters right there at the top in the purple. You'll get that whole prize pack if you win the Priscilla prize pack. And last but not least, the 5th prize is themed around Spidey. We've got a Bitty Pop for Spider-Man. This triggers a bonus game. If you win this one, we'll show the back of the package. If you're the winner, you'll tell me which one you think it is. We'll open it on stream. If you're right, you win all the prizes. If you're wrong, you still get this. Right, Funko Fuddly? Yeah, you should have been here. You should have been here. You could have won last week. But you're here this week, and you can win now. Let me get it set up, and we'll kick it off, and then I'll explain exactly how you buy your tickets. But again, everyone is eligible to participate. I can't say that enough. Let me bring up Stream Elements. Sorry, I did not have that open and ready to go. If there's anybody who's new, if you've been lurking and you're unsure, first of all, friendly space. Everybody here is part of Nerds Unite. Will not only be nice to you, we embrace you, we bring you into the fold. No one here is going to call you stupid if you didn't pay attention or know how it works or didn't have points or whatever. Now's the time to go, hey, I'm new, and we will make sure you have enough points to participate tonight. I don't keep an eye on how many people are watching, so I have no idea. It's not something I've worried about in a long time. This is just a hangout and fun, so. For the giveaway, there's only really 2 rules. One, if you're my winner, we're going to do 7 minutes of buying your tickets. At the end of that, I'm going to pick a winner. If you're my winner, you have 2 minutes to say, I'm here, and what box number you want. I'll explain that a little more in a second. That's rule 1. Rule 2, if you win, you must give me a U.S. shipping address. You can live anywhere in the world, but when I go to ship, I only ship to, I can ship to a friend of yours who can then forward it on to you, or I'll ship to a reshipper, or what they also call a freight forwarder. That's something you set up. They give you a U.S. address. I send it to there. They send it to you. I would hate to ship what? One day we need to make the ultimate Priscilla PP where it's a Sune backpack filled up with the rim, up to the rim of Sune stuff. I mean, I love that, but you're right. Petty Sully, he's sure not going to hand deliver it, but shipping it, that's like a $50 shipping item. I'm kidding. I would happily do it. Box game giveaway. I'm going to queue it up right now. That's the second part. You got to have a U.S. shipping address. That's the second rule. We're going to fire it up now. Here's how you enter. Type in ! enter, followed by the number of tickets you would like. Each ticket's going to cost you 10 of your points. So if you do like Walking Miracle and you type in enter 22 or ticket 22, both trigger the same thing, it's going to take 220 points from your total that you have right now. So as long as you have 220 or more points, you're golden. If you try to buy too many, it'll tell you you bought too many. You can also type in ! enter max, that's MAX, and it'll buy the maximum number of tickets that you're eligible to buy with your points, or 150, which is the max, the cap for anybody. While y'all are buying your tickets, I'm going to put these Post-it notes into the box at random. I'll show them to you one more time. We have the Dreams bag. I showed you that prize. Dreams bag. We have the VeeFriends Topps Chrome. We have the Deadpool Topps Chrome. We have the Priscilla PP, which again includes the cleaning cloth, the stickers, and the tattoo, and the prototype and production of the emojis, the sad emojis. You'll get all that as part of the Priscilla PP. There is a post-it for that. And last but not least, the Spider-Man Biddy Pop with the bonus game. That's why there's a plus. I'm going to take those 5 Post-its. I'm going to shuffle them up. I'm not going to look at which box I put them into. Enter Min also works. I think that's so funny that that's the thing. Chucky, interesting tactic. Going for 149 tickets, not 150. We have had people win off 1 ticket. It is very possible. Think of it like a big raffle, like a jar, and every ticket you bought went in there, and we shuffle them all up and we pull 1. That's somebody, that 1 ticket gets to play. Nadu said, I just found out the other day that in USPS you can intercept packages, as a chomp that I ordered last year was going to my old reshipper address. It got halted, letting get it redirected to my new address, and it's going back to sender. Wow, that's fancy. Speaking of news segments, I saw a few months ago there was a segment about the USPS, and they have an auction site for lost packages. So if they cannot determine who it was supposed to go to, they will auction off the stuff. And they have a ton of sports cards. I have not personally gone on there. I just saw the story. But can you imagine? Like, I'd be really pissed if I bought a super rare sports card. It never made its way to me. I knew the number, the serial number, like 4 out of 150, and then that gets put up on that auction site. Meanwhile, I got nothing. One of my Sully cards was lost in the mail, and they never did reimburse me or anything for it. I didn't figure they would. But somewhere at an auction, somebody probably got my Sully card for a fraction of the cost. And that money goes to the USPS? For what now? Seriously? They're incented to lose your mail? Yeah, right, Natty? All right, boxes 1 through 5 are now loaded. I've shown you the prizes. I'll do one more quick sweep. We're at 3 minutes, so you have just under 4 minutes to buy your tickets. You could win a VeeFriends pack out of that box. You could win a Deadpool and Wolverine Topps Chrome pack out of that box. You could win a Dreams blind bag from Rocky Moto. You could win a Priscilla prize pack. I hate just showing it through this bag because we're not doing justice to the art. You can win the whole set, the production set of the sad emoji Sunes and the all purple prototype, which I love these prototypes in the full solid colors. I think they're so fun. My wife intercepts FedEx packages all the time and has them delivered to our Walgreens to avoid the porch pirate. I love that. Honestly, pro tip, hold on, let me show the rest of the prize pack first. The cleaning cloth, the stickers, the temporary tattoo, and the sticker as well. All to the winner if you get the Priscilla prize pack. And last but not least, we got the Spider-Man Bitty Pop with the bonus game where you could win all the prizes. Pro tip to all of you, if you do have that concern, I would highly recommend getting a P.O. box. Something I didn't know when I got a P.O. box, you don't have to get a P.O. box that's big if you assume you'll ever get packages. You can get the smallest one they have at your local USPS or a UPS store or like some of the local postal annexes. You just get a P.O. box, and if somebody delivers a package to that P.O. box that's bigger than that, they just put a little card in there, and then you go in, give them, when you get the card out of the P.O. box, you give it to them, and they give you the package. It's a great way to avoid the porch pirates and all that BS. It also protects you by keeping your home address safe and not available to everyone on the internet, or giving it to somebody that you just sold a random thing to on eBay or whatever. I heard about it. PSA should be in hot water. Some of the stuff they're doing is ridiculous too. There was somebody at the National who took a card in to get graded, and they told them it would be $15,000 to grade the card because they charge they already charge a very high fee, like 150 or 200 bucks to get it graded same day. Plus they charge based on the value of the card that they are grading, which is the dumbest crap I've ever heard. It shouldn't matter if the cards were $5 or $5 million. The grading process is the same. I could see if they were concerned about the maybe that they in handling might cause a problem with it. So maybe if you wanted to buy some insurance or something, that'd be okay. But charging somebody $15,000 to grade a card and they don't know for sure what the grade's going to be, that's some bull crap, man. There's no business on the planet should be doing that. CGC ain't doing that. And PSA has been the gold standard for a long time. Everybody wants a PSA graded card. But when they do stuff like that, all of a sudden CGC looks way more attractive. People are going to start taking them as serious, if not more, than PSA. Yeah, right, Bubba James? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. A lot of the VeeFriends community is perfectly happy with CGC. And so anything I grade, I think that's the way I'll be going. I'm also kind of mad that PSA, with all the money they're making, decided to stop grading pops. I really thought that was going to be a lot of fun. I just didn't have the money to do it. Now I finally do, and I won't be going through PSA because they don't offer it. Real bummer. At this point, if I can catch a porch pirate, I just look like an old lady screaming and swing my cane. Get him, Nachi. All right, 20 seconds left to enter the box game giveaway. If you haven't bought your tickets, now's the time to do it. 15 seconds left to enter. Jace the Collector's in the house. What's up, Jace? So good seeing you at San Diego Comic-Con. Thank you for putting together the party, making sure that we all got to have a great time, for harassing me, you and Boston, saying everything was rigged. I love those. It's so much fun. All right, 5 seconds left to enter because I missed the time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to close the giveaway. Last week it had some shenanigans and didn't want to pick our winner, so stick with me. Close giveaway. Okay, draw winner button is there. All right, ready. Give me the drum roll emote in the chat, everybody. Let's go. Drum roll. Thank you, Walker Miracle, for kicking it off. I want to see the screen full of drum rolls. Dang, Linder, you just missed it. I just closed it. All right, we're picking the winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And our winner is Jace the Collector. What? Jace just snuck in time, and he's won the box game. Jace, we got boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We got VeeFriends. We've got Topps Chrome Deadpool Wolverine. We've got the Dreams blind bag. We've got the Sune Priscilla Peepee. And we got the Bitty Pop. Jace the Collector knows how this goes down. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I will also be including some stickers for you, Jace. I think you have them both, but maybe you'll get another one now. Box 2 is what you chose. We could just open that right up and show your prize, but we're not going to do that. We're going to let John Nolan of the LAPD played by Mr. Nathan Fillion. Hold on to box number 2 right over there. No shenanigans while we show you the prizes you did not win. He's going for the Biddy Pop. He wants to win it all. Box 5 is the first prize he did not win. He did not win the Priscilla PP, but he could still win it by virtue of getting the Biddy Pop. All right, another prize you did not win. You did not win box 1, or the prize in box 1. You did not win the VeeFriends Topps Chrome Pack. We still have 1 in 3 chance, 33.33333% chance that he's going to win the Biddy Pop. We go to box 4. Another prize you did not win. You did not win the Deadpool Topps Chrome. 50% chance on the Dreams blind bag or the Biddy Pop with a chance to win it all. Did he do it? He went against the normal box 3. He chose box 2. There's a 50-50 chance. One of these has what he wants in it. He gets box 2. This is his prize. And Jace is getting... I don't have anything to sell to you, so now I would normally interrupt with a commercial. I don't have it. We're just going to give away the prize today. Box 2, Jace's prize is the Dreams blind bag. I've been trying to give this away forever. He did not win the Biddy Pop in the bonus game, but he does get the Dreams blind bag. Just to prove there's no shenanigans, box 3's been sitting here the whole time, and it should have the post-it for the Biddy Pop, which it does. Jace, you get the Dreams blind bag from the Rocky Moto party from last year. If you would like, I can open it on stream, or I can send it to you, and I'll let you do the opening on your stream, or whatever you want to do with it. That's your call. Let me know. Open, or just send it. Your call. I'm going to write your name on here real quick while you're doing that. Open, open, open. I love it. All right, Jace. Jace the Collector. All right. Let me see, before we open it, I think last week we found a Rocky Moto checklist, but I don't know if it includes the Dreams blind bag stuff from the party or not. Let's see. Checklist. Fun Series 1, 2, Peanuts, Godzilla, Decon, SDCC 2025, but I don't think those were from these. Ah, there we go. So you could get... And we're hoping for you. You could get the White Tiger Girl limited to 1,000 pieces, the Bumblebee Trans Yellow 1,000, the Oxalotl Trans Pink 1,000, the Space Boy Glow, that's a dope one, 1,000 pieces, the White Lion 1,000 pieces, or the Slurprise Kimba 750 pieces. Thank you, Walking Miracle. We'll end the giveaway to get that off the screen. I'll go back here. It takes a minute to go away, but it will go away. All right, Jace, this is for you. This is the bag. I've been holding on to this for over a year. Congratulations on your win. He's hoping Trans Pink. Man, just off, I think you might be right. I didn't offer an additional prize, but I think you might be right. Holy cow, Jace. Look at this. He called it the Trans Pink. We were just looking at it on screen. Whew, it's got an odor. But you got it. LE 1,000 pieces from the blind bag. Jace is correct. He nailed it. I'm glad I didn't offer an additional prize. then I'd have to cough it up. Congratulations, Jace. That's fun. That's really cool. I have the Space Glow Boy. I really like that one. I would also like the White Lion, and I'm not a big fan of the translucents in this particular case. I normally do like them. Woof, those got an odor. Oh, whew. We'll get that aired out before it goes to you, Jace. I swear I didn't do it. Oh, it also comes with the little the packets of mixins. Oh, this is 2,000 units, but the website says 1,000. That's interesting. One of those is incorrect. Been in the bag too long, exactly. In the lab with a pen and a pad, trying to get the damn label off. All right, we got Jace, the Collector. I'll put the post-it note in there. I am working on shipping tomorrow. I am behind for months. I'm sorry, but I'm working on shipping tomorrow. So hopefully that'll be one of the shipments I get out to you, Jace. I don't know if I have your new address, so if you wouldn't mind, send me a Twitter DM, Jace. Or you can shoot me an email, whatever's easiest for you, with your address so I have it. Anybody who's won a prize over the last couple of months, if you've not already done so, do that same thing. Send me a Twitter DM or an email. I think most people have done it. So tomorrow when I sit down, I don't have to try and track you down. I just need to know your current mailing address. Get a P.O. box. That's a good, we have a good, good recommendation earlier. If you didn't see, Jace, I got one of the red cups during San Diego Comic-Con. Check that out. I do have a few Rakimoto that I really like, and I need to figure out how I'm going to display them. But that's one of my favorites. It turned out really cool. Congratulations, Jace. Thank you for coming by and participating. I appreciate you. If I win next Sune meetup at SDCC, everyone who attends eats and drinks all night for free. Whoa! Then you probably don't need to play. Awesome. You've already done it, Funko Photo? How cool. So for anybody who wasn't here earlier, Funko Photo Lady and her husband are doing a couple of projects, but one of them is a sticker collectible app. And they're adding in a bunch of different stickers. They're going to work on adding mine in there. So if you want to track the stickers you have, you'll be able to do it with the app, which is super cool. They also have another one where you can track your collectibles, and that's not just Funko Pops, that's other things as well. Snapcollectibles.com if you want some more details. They're not paying me. They're just having me beta test. I didn't mean that as a dig at y'all. I meant I'm not getting paid for this recommendation is what I meant to say. I'm kind of beta testing the app for them. I've only spent a few minutes with it so far, but this weekend hopefully I'll get to spend more time with it. I think very promising. Very promising. Gonna get tattoo filled in tomorrow. Fun times. I still don't have a single one. Boston's getting wasted. Wait, is he doing it on stream? Is he getting chocolate wasted? Because we need to figure out who to raid over to next. It's about that time. Is he doing it live on stream? I see Savage on. Let's see. I don't see him on. Oh, gotcha, Jace. Gotcha. United Sully Postal Service S-tier shipping with a smile. That's funny. I got an email or a text from a friend today who said, hey, wife and I just started watching Ted Lasso, and I didn't realize they created a show about you. I was like, that is the nicest compliment that you could give a human being. Thank you. I don't want to spoil the new season, but for anybody who hasn't been watching, episode 1 is out of season 4. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, we're going to raid over to somebody. It's about that time. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I opened up some VeeFriends cards and preached about VeeFriends. If you're not already collecting, you need to jump in. Let me know if you have questions. I'll be happy to help. I'm looking now for somebody to raid over to... Poppinstock. Oh, that's. I always think he's going to be doing like in front of the camera, but it's his chance to win some prizes, which is very cool. But I like to raid over to somebody sitting in their chair. I think Savage might be playing for Extra Life. We rated her last week, so let me just double check and make sure there's not somebody else that I haven't rated in a while. I like to keep it fresh, but I don't see anybody else. Felicia Day doesn't need any help. She's doing okay. She has enough people. I think we will raid over to Savage. She's playing Marvel Spider-Man. How perfect. I know she's been playing that for a few streams now. We'll raid over to her. Oh, cool. She's got the Extra Life. I got to do an Extra Life logo for this year. If anybody has any inspiration for the logo this year, please send it my way. Maybe I can get started on that this weekend. We got to get moving. It's time to really start putting the hammer down on this. I'm going to copy that. I'll add some points to everybody. How about we give everybody 200 points? Bingo, bango, bongo to 32 people. And now we're going to set up for the raid. Let me unmute Savage. I don't know if she heard me or not. All right. If you guys think anything else you need from me, send me a Twitter DM. If not, remember to wash your hands, check in on somebody you love, make sure they're doing okay, and above all else, most importantly, Nerds Unite. Let's drop in with a hashtag Nerds Unite over to Savage and help her raise some money for Extra Life. Bye. Congratulations, Jace.
Don't look like all my stuff.
Did it go? It went.